all the way from Mexico. 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much to pretty much the best mod on Twitch and YouTube. Cross-platform best mod. Hello. Welcome. Hey. Love the excitement here today. I love that everyone is ready for a nice, cozy, safe, relaxing space to be co-created by everyone. Patrick, hello. I have a reading for you from last week. I'm not sure if you would like to do that today or if you would like to wait until tomorrow. But thank you for another 20. You can put that towards your reading or not. It's totally up to you. But I just wanted to let you know you're still on the list. Haven't forgotten about you. Hello, Dim2. Kiwi. Well, just as a fair warning, my cat has the zoomies right now. She's been tearing apart the house, running back and forth. She's crying for no reason. She wants attention. It is what it is. She's crazy today.
Hello? Just come on in here. We're all hanging out.
I was trying, as an experiment, putting her, I was trying to like swaddle her, sharp S, so sorry about that. I was trying to swaddle her in my hoodie, like the hood, because I've seen so many people wrap their cats in like the baby carrier thing, where you just like wrap them up. And I don't know, she gets kind of angsty sometimes, so I felt like she might like that, and I swaddled her up in my hoodie, and she seemed to kind of enjoy it, but not enough where I was like, I'm convinced I need to buy one of those for my cats. But I don't know, maybe she is like lonely right now. She wants to go back in the hoodie. I could totally be speculating, which I absolutely am. Well, anyway, how are you doing? How is everyone feeling on this fine Thursday in May? May 16th for me. You may already be on the 17th. Either way, whatever day or time it is for you, how is it going? Happy birthday, Miguel. My nails are getting so long. It's kind of hard to see, but like this nail, this is crazy long for me. I've never been able to grow my natural nails this long. I'm doing my best. Also, I feel like I've put on some color in the last couple days, because I put on concealer and I'm like, whoa, I think it's too light for me now. I think I need a darker shade. It's officially summer. have some color. It also looks a little too like yellow versus my nice tomato red skin. I'm always so red. I don't know if it's just the white balance on the camera, but I'm self-conscious about that, so if it doesn't look like that to you, let me know. That'd be nice to hear. I do adjust the white balance when I go film in different areas of my house, and sometimes it's a little more red than normal, but I'd rather have it be slightly more warm tone than like green. That's just my personal color preference. I don't have a sunburn, I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. I was out in the sun kind of recently, but I swear, like, in real life, I look very, like, yellow undertone, not red, so I don't know. It might just be the camera. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that conversation, because how boring. Physical appearance, so boring. So many more important things to talk about. Way too many. So raise your hand if you've been keeping up with Survivor. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that's not caught up, but last night's episode was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, this is super random. How do you raise hands on Twitch? Just like a hand emoji, I guess. But this is super random. However, I'm gonna tell you this story because I am then going to, I'm gonna bring a prop slash item into the view. I have to go grab it, but I've been having extremely vivid dreams lately. If anyone else is experiencing this, let me know. Could just be a me thing, but I've been having extremely vivid dreams lately, and in one of my dreams I had a crystal that I haven't seen since I moved in September. So it's been like 8 months since me and this crystal have been together. Excuse me. So, of course, after I see anything in my dreams and I wake up with the recollection of said dream, I take it as a sort of a sign. It doesn't matter what shows up in my dream, I always wake up and just kind of acknowledge, okay, that was there. So the fact that this crystal showed up, I took it as a sign. I needed to find it because I haven't seen it in like 8 months. And I had a lot of stuff in my storage unit that I haven't unpacked since I moved. I've just been constantly busy doing other stuff. So, after I ran some errands, I was down in my storage area, rummaging around, trying to sniff out this crystal. And I looked in one bag that I thought it might be in. It wasn't there. And then I looked very far corner of my storage unit, and I noticed there was a suitcase in the way back. And in this suitcase, I remember packing a lot of my like bedroom items at the time. Things that I would normally have in very close proximity to me. which is hilarious that it's one of the last things I've unpacked, because it was kind of my like essentials suitcase. And I just get this warm feeling, like I think I found it. I think it's in there. I've been off and on searching for this crystal since I moved in, just passively. I'll take something out of the storage unit thinking in the back of my head, maybe it's in here. I'll unpack it. It's not in there. I was starting to get a little nervous, but I knew I had more to unpack, so I was just trusting the crystal was in there somewhere. I open up the suitcase, and of course, one of the first items that I see is the crystal. And I can just feel how happy it is to be uncovered once again. Which kind of made me think about crystals being like unearthed for the first time by a new finder. Most of the crystals that I enjoy are naturally derived. They come from the ground, which means someone has to go out with a pick and a hammer, chisel away at the landscape until they find the vein. Vein is a way of describing a crystal deposit or formation in another type of rock. The crystal is a quartz, Quartz. It's a normal kind of quartz. However, it has like extra special properties because it is supposedly, and all of this again is just speculative. How can we really know? I laugh when humans think that they know anything for real. Like, we do our best. We have our best guess at things. But this is a Lemurian quartz crystal, which Lemuria, or Mu, M-U, is like said to be an ancient civilization, kind of like Atlantis, which obviously Atlantis to most people didn't really exist. It's not real, so the same can be said about Lemuria. But some people believe in both of those societies and their real existence. And so I remember the only reason that I was even like in search of this crystal when I got it was because I had met a woman who claimed to be a shaman. Again, I can't say whether or not any of this is true or false. I'm just giving you the facts of my experience. But this woman claimed to be a shaman, and she was talking about Lemuria and Atlantis and using terms I had never heard before, like starseed. And, you know, it got me wondering more. I was so curious. And so I looked up Lemuria, starseed, and lo and behold, there's a type of crystal associated with both of these things. Lemurian crystals. And when I met the shaman, I was in California, in specific at the base of Sequoia National Forest. And I had traveled since then to Denver, Colorado, which is where I was when I was researching, because I had met her on maybe the second to last day of my trip. So pretty quickly I moved on to Colorado. And while I was there, I got to thinking, hey, this is a pretty, big city in terms of like metaphysical items and shops, there's a decent amount of that stuff here. I wonder if somewhere local has Lemurian crystals. So I Google crystal shops near me. Pretty much go to the closest one to my Airbnb. And this is in early 2019. I think March of 2019. So I walked to the crystal shop. Or I maybe took one of those little scooters. I can't even remember. I go to the crystal shop and I walk in and I'm like, oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. But, you know, maybe, regardless, maybe they have what I'm looking for. So I walk in, I go to the clerk, one of them, there was multiple different people kind of perusing around the shop, answering questions, offering their general assistance. And I went up to a man and I asked him, do you sell any Lemurian crystals? And he said, you know, I think we have some, actually. To which, of course, I was flabbergasted, floored, so ready to be escorted to the special case that was holding these magic items. What I had read about them was that they were very powerful, and if you sit with them in meditation, you'll receive ancient wisdom and downloads of Lemurian knowledge, which, of course, looking back, part of my intrigue was because all of this was new to me. I do still share a very, like, close sentiment with what I used to feel. Like, I still have that awe and wonder. I've also just learned a lot more since then, and, like, had a lot of different life experiences. However, it doesn't discount the original day that this happened, where I'm escorted to this case, and there's about, I would say, 10 to 15 different crystals in here. And they have a little paper sign, and it says Lemurian crystals, okay? And now I'm greeted by a woman. And she was like, would you like to hold them so you can kind of pick the right one for you? Which reminds me of that scene in Harry Potter where he kind of has to, like, use each wand, and the clerk is like, oh, not that one, right? You have to find the one that works with your energy and vice versa. You work with it. So I'm holding a bunch of different crystals, and I think I had about 7 in total. The one I chose being the 7th, which, of course, that's my favorite number, but that's not the reason why I chose it. I was looking at all of them, turning them in the light, you know, just kind of getting a feel. All the while, I feel like I'm vibrating with excitement because I'm like, I can't believe I actually found them so easily. Like, what are the odds? If I were to go locally near me now to search for this, it would be extremely difficult for me to find an authentic specimen. Which, what makes these authentically Lemurian is the alternating faces. One side is smooth, and the other side will have lines going all the way down, which are Lemurian lines. It's kind of why they're identified as Lemurian crystals, because they have these lines, this texture down the side. very specific. So of course I'm looking for those authenticity signs and attributes, and all of them have them. They all have the lines and the alternating smooth and rough faces. So I'm thinking, wow, these are real. These are like authentic crystals exactly as they're described. And I pick up this one and I'm looking into it, and I see the most vibrant flash of like a magenta, purple, yeah, just this purple light coming from inside. I'm like, whoa. I start turning it over a little bit more, and then I start to see rainbow like everywhere. So many different little spots within this crystal where there's just rainbow everywhere. Well-rounded table. I appreciate your interest, but I don't sell my audio. It's not for purchase. Sorry. Anyway, back to the story. I immediately know this is the one, which of course I have that like slight hesitation, as most people do, when they have something in their hand and there's other options laid out on the table. But it takes me all of like 2 minutes to finally decide, no, this is definitely the one for me. So I purchase it, of course. And little did I know that only a month later I would be in Hawaii, which is actually said to be where Lemuria was existing. Same general region of the earth. And what is the first crystal shop that I go to in Hawaii? Lemuria Crystals. You wouldn't believe. I am in this cute little building and I see that they have a thrift shop upstairs. I'm like, oh, I love thrift shopping. I gotta go check it out. And inside of this very small little thrift store is a very small little crystal shop called Lemuria Crystals. So now, if I'm ever to purchase any more Lemurian crystals, I would go online and buy them from Lemuria Crystal Shop. Or, of course, if I'm ever having the pleasure of being back in Hawaii, I would go to them physically. I met the owners. They're amazing people, and they source the crystals like directly from the mines that they're dug from. So cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab the crystal and show it to you. I have a couple other Lemurian ones I could grab for like reference example, but yeah, I'm gonna show them to you now because after telling that story, I'm sure you're curious. And needless to say, long story short, I'm very happy to be reunited with this original specimen because it led me to many more Lemurian crystals that I acquired over time, some of which were like smoky Lemurian, rose Lemurian, like different branches of Lemurian crystals, because there's actually different kinds, believe it or not. So I'll go grab it and we'll just do a little crystal show and tell, tapping, scratching, etc. Be right back. Okay, hold on. I swear I have one more I'm looking for. It's happening to me again. Alright, well, the search has indicated two things to me. One, I need to get my crystals back in order because they're kind of all over the place. I had two that I was just like reminded of. I was like, oh yeah, I should show them those as well. Those are Lemurians. Don't know where they are. I really need to get my crystals organized. It's been a while. It has been a while. Anyways, I am going to show you what I do have. Because I don't think I have any in here. So, we will start off with, and I'm gonna change the focus to be a little bit closer. We'll start off with this bad boy. I don't know if you can see the lines and then the smooth. But this is the crystal that I found, which it has really interesting little faces. It's got a lot going on in the inside. Not sure if you can see in there, but that's where a lot of the rainbows show up. There's another face right there. More lines. And here, texture. Also, one of my favorite things about this particular specimen is the little city that lives on the side. It's gonna be a little hard to show you, but if you see on the side, there almost starts to look like there's like a little town right there, like little building skylines, which I always thought was really interesting. Kind of starts over here and it continues around. It's hard to get the light to catch it, but there's just a little city that lives on the outside of this crystal. This is complete natural formation, and there's a lot going on up here as well. There's a nice rainbow right there. It's a little bit hard to see, but definitely showing itself off to you. It wouldn't light up if it didn't want to. I also love this little part because these sides are a bit smoky or like fogged up almost. They don't have as big of an opacity as this, but this kind of creates a little window to the inside. I like to look through right here when I'm looking at the inside. So this is the original specimen. And then I moved on to a few smaller ones. And we'll start with this guy right here that has a little twin growth. So it's kind of two different points in one, but this one has some exceptional rainbows. And the lines, as you can see, they're all very unique, and they feel very different in terms of the energy that they carry, which obviously most people will need to hold them to experience that. But I'm sure those of you that are sensitive to energy can feel some of their character. I also like this one because it stands up on its own. So I've always had this one kind of on my desk or displayed somewhere. Speaking of desk crystals, I have this one that is not a Lemurian, but it's a different type of quartz. I believe this one is like ice quartz or something. But this one in the right angle has so many rainbows. It's insane, and I'm probably not going to be able to get this one to shine for you. Partially because I haven't really been giving it much attention lately, and I'm sure it would like to reconnect. Oh, there's a little bit up there. But this one in the sunshine is so beautiful. You can kind of see some of the rainbows in there. Very pretty stone, just really clear energy. Feels like water. This one is pretty little, but very powerful, very clear Lemurian. Doesn't have a lot of like inclusions on the inside. It's pretty transparent, and it again has a little twin growth. The owners of the crystal shop had always told me not to underestimate the smaller specimens because they can have even larger energy than their, big counterparts. I had another one I was gonna show you that was much smaller than this, but of course, as I'm saying that, the exact feature I wanted to point out is lighting up, and it is this diamond window, which is apparently a very rare feature to find in crystals when they have a diamond window. I forget what the meaning of it is, but I know it's very special. And crystals that have the diamond face have extra special power and quality, which this is, of course, to be taken with a grain of salt. No rock alone will fix or harm you. They are just magic talismans if you choose to activate them that way. And last but certainly not least, I have this one. Again, a twin growth. This one has a lot more inclusions on the inside, but I have found that the inclusions can kind of make the best rainbows. So I certainly don't discriminate against this versus a nice clear specimen. But as you can see, this one is a lot more cloudy on the inside than this one. The clarity is different, just like a diamond per se. All of these are technically considered clear Lemurian, but there is a lemon that has a slight yellow tint, rose, which would be slightly pink, and smoky, which is almost gray or black. I do have one of those, I just don't know where it is. I also have one that I was looking for. Let me get my focus sorted. The one I was looking for has very defined ridges on it. Like you can really feel the texture. But I don't know where it is right now. I gotta find it. So anyways, that was part of my collection. Is there any crystal you'd really like to own someday? It's technically glass, but I used to have moldavite, and I had a backpack get stolen from me, and it had my moldavite necklace on the inside, so that was very sad, but it was okay. Kind of felt like it was time for us to part ways. I was actually during that time like shopping for a different moldavite specimen because it was set in sterling silver and I was transitioning to wearing more gold, and I was like, I need to get a new specimen and set it in gold, and like 2 days later it got stolen. So yeah, the moldavite could sense that I was gonna replace it, and it just parted ways. It's totally fine. It's written Moldevite, Moldavite. It is a tektite, which is a type of glass that comes from space, and it is primarily found in the Czech Republic. That is where most of the deposits are. It's a very powerful stone. People have really crazy experiences with it when they get one, which is kind of why I'm not surprised that I had mine for a certain period of time and then it left, because when I got it, I started going through a really strong period of transformation that led me to move home from Hawaii. And I was here for maybe like 2 to 3 months before it got stolen. So I feel like it was there for me when I needed it, and then it passed on to somebody else. And the thief had no idea what they were getting their hands on, and I'm sure that they had lessons learned because that crystal was in their possession. So I let it go, like with no nothing, no like ill will, because I just kind of knew it was time. It's time for it to get passed on. Anyway, thanks for coming to my little show and tell. If you would like to just browse, like I said, I highly recommend this source. I've personally met the owners, and I can like verify not only the authenticity of the stones that they sell, but just like the energy of the place. They do sound baths pretty regularly within the shop, which basically means they like play sound bowls and cleanse the entire place, including all the crystals inside. I absolutely loved going and shopping in there because it just kind of felt like I was immersing myself in a whole different world. And yeah, it's beautiful. Looks like they're having a sale right now, and I might have to get my hands on something. I'll let you know if I do. I'll certainly do a little showcase. Looks like they have some rose Lemurians. They're very pink. I always opted for the really big stones though. I've only bought a few without holding them in person, but I was always, I always loved what I got. They have a lot of different specimens, and they like to do this thing where they'll dive into the ocean and kind of do like offerings where they just let the crystals sink. Sometimes they'll do like shark offerings where they go swim and snorkel with the sharks, let the crystals fall. It's really cool. Very cool people. But yeah, they have a lot of really beautiful specimens. And I'm itching to get one. It's been a while. They also sell really quickly, so if you see one that you like, I would recommend getting it, because they sell fast and they sell out really easily. So also, for reference, this costed me like $50, which, looking on their website, I'm not sure if it would be a similar price or way more expensive, but if you're in Denver, go take a look at your local shops, because I remember feeling like this was a really good deal for how big and heavy it is. Because the ones I'm looking at on their website that are a similar size are well over $100, which is pretty insane for a rock if you think about it. So, just saying. A lot of their stuff is sold out. A lot of the stuff that initially grabs my eye is always sold out. And I'm like, sometimes you just gotta wait. Gotta wait your turn, you know? You can use crystals as a way to like amplify the energy of a tarot reading, but they don't necessarily like do the reading themselves. Like you wouldn't, I mean, you could. You can just use them as an added tool of like connection, I suppose. But no, I don't feel like crystals alone do any of the reading. They are nice to put in sort of like a circle though around your setup. Like I said, you can use them as like an amplifier or even the shield. A lot of people set up crystal grids to kind of make like a bubble shield around themselves when they're doing readings. Just depends. Like I said, they're all just magic little tools and talismans, and you can use them, you can not use them. It won't make or break your practice because your energy as a human is much more powerful than any of these tools. Always more powerful. I don't know anything about thorvitite. I want to look it up. Where is it coming from? A rare mineral consisting of scandium thorium silicate. It's very brittle. Alright. Oh, interesting. Moldavite is very strong. Very strong indeed. So, is it always like a rough mineral specimen? Do people ever like polish it? I see some photos of like gemstones, but I think it's, I don't know. It looks like it has a lot of different color and texture variations. Did you party late last night? I don't party. No, I did not. Onyx is a very good stone for protection. Showed you this one, my little star cluster. It's got a lot of different little hexagonal growths. Very interesting stone. This stone is said to inspire leadership. Argonite star cluster. Yeah, I like this stone. I think right now I have a decent amount of crystals to the point where I don't have like a longing for anything extra. However, one crystal like form that I would love to have that I don't is a ball, crystal ball, a scrying ball. I just think they're so cool. I would love to have one of my own to work with. I also just think the metaphysical is so fun. Like, I'm less at the point in my life where I take it really seriously. And now it's just kind of like fun for me. It's just a fun little extra spice of life. Why wouldn't you wanna? I think it's kind of nice, actually, not to take it seriously. What got me into crystals? I've always liked rocks, and I like shiny rocks. I've grown up hunting agates, and I don't know, my dad got me an amethyst geode when I was like 8, and I've just always liked rocks. So it was kind of just a natural fascination. I love fossils, absolutely. I don't know, I just like the natural wonders of our world. Like, how would you not be fascinated by the beautiful rocks that our planet creates? It's just so cool. Especially when they turn out this big and shiny and beautiful. Imagine finding this in the ground. Would you not be amused? I would be. Like, look at the point, like just the way that it grows. It's just so cool. Just, how could you not be fascinated? It's honestly one of my goals is to go to somewhere like Utah and go find some quartz, because there's a lot of deposits out there. Minecraft in real life, exactly. I really want to go crystal hunting in the mountains. Just me and my pickaxe. I actually do have, I don't know exactly where it is, but I do have a specimen of quartz that I dug out of the earth myself in the Sequoia National Forest. And it has a lot of rainbows, and like, it's one of my favorite crystals, partially because I sourced it from the ground, just like on a hike. Like, that rock looks like quartz, let's crack it open. Sure enough, it was. Very cool. Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you for listening and for watching. Do I like volcanic rocks? See, when I was living in Hawaii, we as in me, I was told that you're not supposed to send volcanic rocks like out of the island. So I have kind of a mixed feeling with volcanic rocks, because to most islands, volcanoes are very sacred, and like, you're not necessarily supposed to like spread the rock outside of the island. Like, you can like hold it and admire it, but you're not supposed to leave with it. so I've never taken volcanic rock on like my trip home. Like I always leave it there. So I don't know, it's just what I was told. I just respected the culture that told me that that was wrong before I got cursed, because Pele is who they believe, you know, is like the life force of the volcanoes. And Pele will curse you if you take volcanic rock from the island. Enough chatter about rocks. We're gonna go ahead and transition to pick it up. Some nice crinkling Yes, Bronco. The fact that Nikola Tesla was obsessed with crystals just goes to show that even if they're not in like a metaphysical context, scientifically speaking, they have very interesting properties. And quartz specifically actually vibrates at a frequency and a wavelength that is not a solid nor a liquid. And I actually can show you a really cool experiment. Let me grab a piece of ice from my water bottle. Take a drink first. Let's see if I can get a piece of ice out of here. Hold on. I was trying to grab it without needing to stick my hand all the way in. I got one. And we're gonna do a little demonstration. So, because quartz vibrates at a frequency that is neither a solid nor a liquid, it has this really weird ability to cut through ice. Allow me to demonstrate. I'm not pressing at all. I'm literally just touching it to the surface of the ice, and if you can see, it made... it's kind of hard to show. Let me do it on one of the sides. No pressure. Literally just touching the two sides together. And if you can see, it kind of cuts the ice. It's really interesting. So yeah. No, it's not about the sharpness. I could set it on the flat part as well, and it would do the same thing. You can see how quickly it starts to melt. It's because of the way quartz is vibrating. It's a really interesting experiment. I would implore you to try it yourself sometime. It's very interesting. And this ice is just dripping away. So yeah, something I've always thought was really interesting. Whew. Here's this little piece of ice. It's like, why did you do that to me? Anyway, I've always thought that was cool, and I've always wondered why we don't have more like quartz. I mean, I guess because it's kind of fragile compared to metal, but like, think of like ice sculpting. Like, it'd be great to have quartz tools, you know? I'm just gonna hold this until it melts. Wash my hands with it. Has anyone ever done that? Washed your hands with a piece of ice when you don't have any water or snow in the winter? Yes, piezoelectric. That's the reason. It's the same reason that quartz is in watches, you know? But it's definitely not like thermal conductivity. It's more so the electricity, which obviously does create heat to a certain degree, but like, these crystals are not hot, you know? Like, they're not melting it because they're hot. It's because of the different particle vibrations. She's almost melted. Oh, feels so good. Ice melts because it has bad vibes. Sure, sure. Anyway, since everyone's suddenly a science major, I would implore you to go do experiments of your own and find your own fascinations. I've just always thought that was really interesting. I've never necessarily been able to just like set a piece of ice on any one surface and have it like melt like that. It's only ever happened with my quartz, so if you guys say it's heat and thermal conductivity, I don't know why metal wouldn't do the same thing.
You don't think your viewers are smart enough to be science majors?
Is that what I said? Wow, that's crazy. Maybe I just didn't expect so many of them to be science majors. I also don't think being knowledgeable in science automatically makes you a major of it, but like, go off. Honestly, get mad. I implore you to. I'll be over here chilling in our safe, cozy space. You can be mad though, that's okay. Go be mad. You have my full expressed permission to get upset. Ooh, a YouTube science major. Very qualified. Honestly, probably more educated than a lot of the ones who actually went to school. Who knows? Who knows? It's just supposed to be a fun little demonstration. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Just relax. Just ice melting. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. That's a good icebreaker. Very funny. I like that. Having that melt on my hands was so refreshing. Like, I feel so clean. Yes, I have taken an ice bath, and it was torturous for me personally, but like, I did it. I endured. I got past the and then to the, but then after a while I was like and then I got out. After I got cold again during my meditation phase, I was like, I'm done. Good. How long does one take an ice bath for? It is recommended different times. I typically did mine for less than 10 minutes, like 5 to 6. I know people who do like 15 minutes. Just depends. Right, the bigger you are, the longer you probably need to stay in to get the full effects. I've heard some people say ice baths are never good for you. I've heard people say they're literally the best medicine. Like, there's differing opinions on everything, and you know what? I am not an expert, so I just know I've done it a few times. I actually did it post sauna. Like, I would sauna first and then ice bath, and it was crazy. But it was also summertime, so obviously when I got out of the ice bath, it was warm outside, which was a little better than doing it in the dead of winter. To me, that sounds like suicide, because I would be freezing cold. I'm already very cold in the winter. Sorry for my yawn. I do apologize. The cookies were a hit, big success. I ended up making snickerdoodle cookies with Rolo or Hershey Kisses like stuck in the middle. And then after my first batch, I was like, what if I like buried the Rolos on the inside so they kind of like got like melted in? Those were really good too. The recital was really fun. I cried during the second show because one of my seniors was doing it for her last time. She's not gonna go to nationals, so I was just like, I can't believe it's the last time I'm gonna see her dance. It was really emotional, but really fun, really good day. My dad's 65th birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Dad. I was with him and my grandma and my family. We went to dinner and then went to my parents' house to open some presents. My cousin had a baby on the 11th, and yeah, we've been visiting at the hospital. Her baby's name is Nori, like seaweed, Nori. I think it's so cute. I think her real name is Noreen or something, but they call her Nori. So cute. My cousin already had a daughter. She's, I think, 9. Very excited to be a big sister. Reminds me a lot of when I had my middle sister. When I had my middle sister, I gave birth. No, I like held her for the first time. It's just such a sweet time, such a cute time. Also, there was a woman at my work who recently had a baby, and she kind of like had to leave the studio and just go be a mom. But we had a baby shower for her on Tuesday, and that was really sweet. I've just been around a lot of babies, and like I'm just so grateful for the circle of life, you know? Because my grandpa passed in October, and like since then there's not really been much to like celebrate, so it's nice now to have like new life and to see my grandma with her new like great grandchild, and it's just really special. It's really cool. So I've been indulging in human things in real life. All the nice fun memories. Also, Sinchobi is on vacation in Mexico. I'm shocked he even had time to like stop by. He will not be present today or tomorrow. He gets back Saturday evening, so he'll be back next week for now, he is enjoying himself, and rightfully so. I told him not to come on the stream, even if he has the availability. I was like, get out of here, get offline, like, go be in Mexico. He sent me a video of where he's staying. It is so beautiful, like, just gorgeous. I now have it on my bucket list to go to Mexico as soon as possible because it was just so pretty, and he seems like he's having a really good time, so everyone should be really happy for him that he's taking some time off because he clearly deserves it. I watched the episode last night and I just was like, what? The entire time. I was like on the edge of my seat, but also like doing this. I was like, I can't even believe. I love that show so much. I've always loved it. I'm glad they're still doing it. Even though they got, rightfully so, a lot of pushback back in the day because they were destroying the natural landscapes in order to build like the arenas. So they bought their own islands in Fiji to basically be like the permanent location, which good for them. They should have done that a long time ago. Because like it's really not worth it to just like go to different places and then bulldoze a bunch of stuff to make a flat little playing ground. Like that's dumb. So yeah, that's the only like lashback I know they received. Also, like Jeff, the host, he just gets more and more savage. I feel like every single year he just gets crazier and crazier and rude, and like it's so funny. Oh man. I've never really watched The Amazing Race. I see the ads for it during the Survivor like commercials. I've never seen it though, so I can't say whether or not that would be something we'd be interested in. Highly doubt either of my sisters would want to do anything like that, but I honestly cannot see myself winning Survivor because I just don't know. I think it would really depend on who I was playing with. Of course, it always does. But as a viewer, I just feel like there's so many twists and turns, and like you never know. Like you really just never know. So I think I would do okay. I think maybe I would make it to the jury. Hopefully at the least, but to win, I really don't know. I didn't know Jeff had a brother. I don't think he was the worst, but I don't necessarily think he had a very good social game. Also, thank you. Appreciate that. I will do my best. People have been requesting I start a second channel for like vlogs, which I mean I'm considering. I just also have been trying to like not necessarily be online so much. So to be constantly filming everything I'm doing would kind of defeat the purpose of that. But I do like the idea of being able to kind of have a less like clean format and just like splice clips together. That's what's nice about vlogging, is I can just take a little clip here, take a little clip there, put them all together, make it entertaining with the edits, you know. My ASMR has turned into like the one take wonder, which means it's a little bit more difficult to like, yeah, I have to be fully committed at one time. So that's why I like vlogs. That's why I like the idea of doing something like that, because it's like I have a lot of those spare moments throughout my day where I could take like a 3-minute video, but I don't have time to set up a full hour-long take. So it would be nice to be able to still make content without feeling like it needs to be a whole production, you know? Oh man. You guys are funny. Hello. Welcome back. Happy 4 months. 4 months. I mean, I already love documenting, so it would depend. I think what I would refrain from doing is like what's the word I'm looking for? I would want to just have the vlogs be like spontaneous. Like I don't ever tell people in advance like I'm gonna go do this thing and I'm gonna vlog it, because what if I'm so immersed in real life I don't end up filming, and then that's where I get like the anxiety of the fact that I should have done something. But I think if I just, you know, was doing something and was like, hey, I could film this, I have an opportunity to, and then could later post it, and like no one would necessarily know either way about what was happening until the vlog aired. I think that's what would work best for me. It would just have to be one of those things where I do them as I feel inclined, and I don't ever like promise anything, you know. love Kenzie. Personally, I'm just rooting for her because I like her. I like her personality. She reminds me a lot of myself. Yeah. That's who I'm rooting for. Do I think she's gonna win? I don't know, but I'm rooting for her and I have been since day one. this is exactly the one. So it spells the logo, and then each piece is like a different silhouette. Maybe there's normal pieces as well. I think there are. But there's like baseball players inside of it. I thought he would really like that. It's just like a little bit expensive for a puzzle, but it has clearly very good reviews, so. Oh, and there's different sizes. There's like a 500 piece. But like, so fun, you know? It's a wooden puzzle as well. So it seems to be like good quality. But yeah, I really think you would like it. I really do. have any old puzzles, go look them up. Maybe they're worth some money now. I have, excuse me, I have a ton of like really vintage old puzzles from my grandma. She just kind of started divvying them up, and I have a ton of her old ones, but I don't plan on selling them. I want to keep them. I love puzzles so much. Definitely one of my favorite things to do. Also, yes, I'm yawning. I probably just need to stop monitoring the sound because it always makes me so tired when I can hear the relaxing music. I'm like, good night. It's like such a soothing little lullaby. Also, yeah, it's kind of hard for me not beings. This was the guy. Look at him. Why is he so cute? And they had little lamps. I had the green one. Tech beings. Yes. Thank you. You knew exactly. Look at them. They're so cute. Why don't we do stuff like this anymore? They're so cute. I had this little guy, and you could like touch his head and he would light up. I want one too. Like, they're from 2008. Like, why are we not going back to this? I want this again. Here, let me pull up a video. Like, how cute. It reminds me of Wall-E. I hope they turn it on. Oh yeah, okay, you can plug it in. Look at his eyes lighting up and his head. So cute. You're kidding me. It's kind of hard to see. But his head has little dots on it that light up. And you could like play music and it would like, the lights would move to the beat. Are you kidding me? Like, these were so ahead of their time. 2008? Like... Anyway, I found one of these in my parents' basement, pretty much perfect condition. It must be playing music. But imagine if these were like more interactive these days. It's so crazy. I remember all of these sounds so vividly. Like, me and my little guy, we would spend a lot of time together, just, you know, getting to know each other. I would get to know all the cool features, and he would sing songs to me. Yep. It's called Tech Beings. B-E-I-N-G-Z. Beings. So yeah, I don't know what the product would be, but I want to design something like that now. That's like more interactive with like our current technology. I just think those are so freaking cute and cool. And like, I saw the little alarm clock and I was like, oh, I remember you. Like, oh my god, my little long lost friend. Like, what are you doing down here? They're so sweet and cute. So no microtransactions. Everything would be built into the software. It would get free updates. That's it. Free updates to make sure that it works with all the brand new features of iPhones and Androids. But like, okay, imagine a little guy like that does like white noise and like, I don't know, like a little relaxing one. Like, I just think it'd be so cool. It'd be so fun. They're super rare? Stop. Are they really? Because I have one. I have one of those. They're in stock on eBay. great toy for an autistic child. Me like, was that me? Because I loved them. I thought they were literally the best thing ever sold. And now the fact that they're still like piquing interest, I gotta bring mine out of retirement. Alright, I need to go get that poor little tech being from my parents' basement and revive. We're gonna revive. Cause are you kidding me? They're so cool. I want that little guy here with us right now. I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna revive him. I'm gonna clean him up. We're gonna bring him to the stream. He's purple and he's ready. He's ready for us. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Use him for a video? Stop. Yes. 10 out of 10. Your quirky tech friend. Oh my god. Oh, my Lincoln Logs? True, true. I'm so excited. I had no idea these were such a rarity. I can't wait. Thank you, Obscure Novice, for accurately giving me the name of the product. That was very helpful. I don't think I ever would have remembered. No, the other one, see, the one that I found was the radio. And like, they're this little guy, like they like open up their mouth to reveal a speaker. And then on the back they have a bunch of different buttons and stuff. They only ever sold two. The lamp and the speaker. And we had both of them. The speaker was purple and then I got the green lamp. Why? Like, I'm just so curious why we're not still making stuff like this. I'm like so ready to bring this back, because do they not look so futuristic? Does this not look like something a 2024 child would love? I beg to differ if you disagree. That is so crazy. Maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, isn't that when Wall-E came out? Like 2008, 7, 6? Yeah, 2008. So, they knew what they were doing, Hasbro. They knew what they were doing. Joby's here. Everyone, give some love. Send your best wishes to Mexico. Yes, we're tired. That's how we're doing. we're doing like themed nights at the studio. Tuesday, the last day I went, was like dressed like a celebrity. So I put on this big fur jacket that I have, and I was like, I am Macklemore from the thrift shop video. It was just a really easy costume. But tonight, the theme is to wear one of your old dance costumes, which I, of course, had to do, even though most of my old costumes do not fit me anymore. But luckily, I have this one that has like a halter, so I can tie it to be bigger or smaller. For context, the song was called Bathing Beauties. It was a dance about like girls at the beach. We had lawn chairs and swimsuits for our costume, but they're like 1940s swimsuits, so they're like shorts. I'll just roughly put it on, but I'm gonna wear this to class tonight and my students are all gonna freak out. I'm so excited. Okay, it goes down and it has these little like ruffles. You're kidding. So good. I can't wait. So yeah, this is, it's so sparkly. And lest we not forget that all of these sequins were put on by my mother by hand. So yeah, I will be wearing this to class tonight, and I'm super excited to see how they react to my Bathing Beauties costume from when I was 13, and it still fits, which, like, I mean, it's kind of stretchy, you know, and like I tried it on when I was at my parents' house and I was like, okay, yeah, this fits still, but I'm gonna need to wear some like shorts underneath it or something, because I'm a staff member. I can't just be walking around scandalous. So I'm gonna have to wear some like undergarments. But yeah, I'm excited. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, and I'm gonna be like, heh heh heh. Should be really fun. I have some other costumes that were way too small for me, but they were like way more bedazzled, like rhinestones galore, solid rhinestones. I did the song True Colors by, who sings the version? Obviously there's a bunch of versions, but the one I did was like Anne Brom or something like that. And I started with a black wrap, and then I did turn. Oh, mister! I'm so sorry! I didn't know you were here! Yeah, hi! Hi, mister! Are you sleepy? I love you. I love you, mister. He's like, okay, that's enough. Anyway, I did turns like this. And as I was turning, my duet partner was like pulling on the black, and I like got unwrapped, and underneath I was wearing rainbow. So when she's like, I can see your true colors, I like got unwrapped, and then I had my rainbow underneath, my true colors. Pretty cool, right? A little costume change. But obviously, since the costume underneath was being unveiled, it had to be super sparkly and rainbow. So my mom pretty much collaged like 10 different colors of rhinestones into this like rainbow beautiful pattern. And it's so pretty. It's like one of my favorite costumes ever. So maybe one day I'll do a nice little show and tell of all my old costumes. It was really cool. And you know what? You know what I should do? I should, on my separate channel. Well, I don't know. Maybe I could do it somehow on this one. I would love to do a little like montage. Excuse me, I'm getting too excited. I'm burping. It's so embarrassing. But we're human. It happens. Anyway, what if I did like ASMR with the costumes and then I played like a little clip of each dance? You know what I mean? So you could see the costume like in action. And then I was like, okay, next. And I like talk about the costume. And then I'm like, here's the dance. And then, yeah, I could just have like a whole show and tell video with costumes. And then you could also see some of my dances. Because all those videos are just sitting in a box and nothing's happening with them. And I would love to like do something with that footage to kind of make it last forever, you know, like a little archive montage with the costumes. Could be fun. So that's a video idea. Could be good. Could be fun. Just an idea. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready for class because I have to leave in like 10 minutes. So thank you so much for being here today. Tomorrow we will be doing a tarot stream. And then I was honestly thinking, since I've been a little MIA this week due to just family matters and life, I was thinking we could pick up this book on Saturday morning, like say like 9 a.m. my time. And obviously if you're like not able to make it, you could just watch the replay, but like I want to get through this book. I'm trying to get through all of this. So I thought on Saturday we could do a little morning reading and, you know, just start your day off nice and peaceful. Or you can have the afternoon as a reading session. Take your little afternoon nap with me. But yeah, I was thinking Saturday morning we could do this. 9 a.m. Central Time, so 8 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, afternoon European. Obviously you guys have a million different time zones over there, so I can't say indefinitely what time it would be for you, but morning could be nice. Because we never really do early streams, and I would love to get up early and just come right onto the stream and start reading. I just thought that would be really nice. So tomorrow, our normal Friday tarot stream, potentially Saturday read aloud, and then sometime between now and Sunday I need to film and edit a new video, so we can have one of those as well. That's the plan. Sounds pretty good to me. Hopefully it sounds good to you. Love you guys so much. So glad we had this time together as usual. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, being you. Thanks for being you. I will see you guys tomorrow. For sure. I'm gonna be here. I have nothing else going on. There's no excuse. I'm gonna be here. So I'll see you tomorrow for a tarot reading stream, which Patrick the Undaunted will hopefully be here for that, because they've tipped $20 twice. One last week on the tarot reading stream, and then today again. So I owe them a reading. So kind of like, I forget who it was that we owed a reading to for like weeks. But if they show up, oh, it was LT Zorg. If, oh my god, my brain is in too many places at once. I'm forgetting. Patrick, if Patrick Patrick shows up. Was it Matthew? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it was LT Zorg. Because I remember being like, LT, when they showed up. And I know I'm right, so I'm not going to argue about it because I know I'm right. Anyways, when and if Patrick shows up, regardless of, like, how far along we are, they're going to cut ahead of the line because they've been on the list, so just be prepared for that. Those are my announcements. I will... Is it Matthew now? It wasn't Patrick? I could have sworn. Either way, I will be giving you some links, including that of our Discord, which I would love it if you joined the Discord and like joined the discussions and added photos. Post a selfie if you feel inclined. I love seeing everyone's face. It's fun. I like to creep on you, so send photos of yourself. And also food. We love food. We love talking about sports, drinks, fitness. Our fitness channel's pretty poppin' since I've been going to the gym. Just kidding. It's certainly not me that makes that channel poppin'. It's all of you guys. Your gym PRs are way better than mine, but let's not talk about that. Yeah, fun time on the Discord. I'll also be linking you to my Patreon, which has all of my old live streams dating back to St. Patrick's Day of 2022. So over 2 years worth of content over on Patreon, which I do want to warn you guys, starting June 1st, I will be again upping the price of the Patreon to $15 from $10. It was $5 originally, and then after we hit like over 100 videos, I was like, okay, I'm gonna up it to 10, and now we're well over 200 streams, so I'm gonna up it again to 15. There still will be lower tiers, including a monthly tier, but for the overall bulk of content, I'm upping the price just a little bit. So be prepared for that. If you want to sneak into the lower membership, now's the time. June 1st, it's going to change to $15, so just be aware. Don't say I didn't warn you. Here's your warning. Patreon, Discord, I'll link you to all my other social media, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, aka both of the platforms I'm currently on, as of right this second. What else do we got? Donation link. People ask me all the time, how can I support your channel? Donate. It helps me get new equipment. It helps me fund traveling to other locations to film on site, because I don't like to use green screens. I like to go there and do stuff in real life, so that helps. I'm also so close to buying property. So close. I've been looking. I don't want to jinx myself, I don't want to say anything, but I've been looking and I have my eye on a couple places. So, studio, soundproof, sound booth, music, we'll see. We'll see. Lots of exciting things happening. Any other links, I'll just let you figure them out. You'll see what they are when they get sent. And I'm gonna be late, so I gotta go, but love you. Appreciate everything you guys do. Yeah. Can't say it enough. This is the hardest part of the stream. Even though I was just yawning and wishing I could take a nap, which now I don't have time, but that's okay. I'll sleep when I'm dead. And later tonight.